Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And for all of you who are my regular followers, thank you for stopping by and coming back. I'm back for a little while anyway. I just wanted to come on because I'm making another journal. I was going to make a Christmas journal, but I have to make a couple of journals for some friends, and I wanted to use Lydia's digitals. This is a design team project for Lydia at Raindrop Lila for November, and the last video I did was on my Grateful journal, which I'm working on, but I'm not going to be showing it today because I don't want to confuse anything in my description box. So anyway, this is going to be a ring bound journal because the person I'm giving it to, I want her to be able to add cards if she'd like, you know, just undo the ring and be able to punch, you know, holes in the cards, or like those little things you get with flowers, she might want to add those. So I've used basically the neutrals kit. This is Parisian and the back is Parisian, and I made those the regular size, 8.5 by 11, and just cut them down a little bit because I wanted them to be bigger. As you can see, I wanted these to be larger than these pages, so when they go in, when the rings go in, I mean, you'll see there'll be a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, and the same thing with the outer part, okay? And the rings will go in obviously here and here. So I've used basically the I've used neutrals primarily, and then some of my own antique papers, and I did use some of the blessings pages, so that's from Blessings, not Little Blessings. I did use Little Blessings on one page, but this is this is Blessing. And let's see, because I wanted to add some more color, and I think I used one more. I know I did. Did I already show you that one? Yeah, and this one. It's a gorgeous kit. I'm trying to stay away from it because I want to make a journal with it, but it's hard. It's a beautiful kit. So anyway, this is going to be the journal. And what I did was I didn't want to put any reinforcers on the outside of the pages. So as you can see here, this is already closed up, but I'll just show you what I did before I do. I'm going to make a topper for it, and if you'd like to stay and see how I do that, I'll show you. But before I either folded my pages in half or put another page up against, you know, a back page, what I did was I just took some masking tape, and I tried this on paper. This is cardstock, but I did try this on paper first, and it works really well. Oh, I forgot. I can't use those scissors for that. So I just put one piece on one side, and then, you know, where the fold is, not on the fold, but beside the fold. Like that. And I did this to all the papers, except I haven't done like my antique page, you know, these book pages. I haven't done that too yet. I don't know what I'm going to do for those. I might use masking tape, I don't know, because you probably won't see it. But I might ink this first before I do this page. Is that 2 pages or 1? Yeah, I'm going to glue these 2 pages together, so I'm going to put the masking tape on the inside. But some of them are only single pages. So I'm going to just cut this off. I hope you're all doing well. I am having really hard, very hard health problems. At the end of October, no, I'm sorry, at the end of September, beginning of October, I got COVID, and it was awful. It really was not, it was awful. I wouldn't wish COVID on anybody, but I wasn't getting any better. I was getting worse. I was getting to a point where I couldn't even make a bed. I couldn't stay up for more than a half an hour at the most. Breathing was hard. Anyway, long story short, I have long-term COVID, long-term COVID. I've been to 3 different doctors so far. There's nothing they can do for it. They did send me to my cardiologist because I was having really bad chest pains and pain in my heart, pain around my heart on the left side. But it's just inflammation. COVID is a virus, and long-term COVID is the same virus, but it lives in your system for, it could be weeks, months, years, they don't know. So that's where I've been, and I am just working very slowly. I can't spend a lot of time in my craft room, unfortunately. And I don't sleep during the day, but I have to lay down and rest as much as possible. And I hate it because for me, it's like, you have to nail my feet to the floor. I'm always like, the ever-ready battery. I want to go, go, go. So when I'm laying there and, even if I read my Bible or, do some journaling or what have you, I can't do it. And it makes me very anxious because I want to, be doing housework, getting ready for Thanksgiving. We've told our children that we're not going to get together for Thanksgiving because I just won't be able to make the 3.5-hour drive. So that's where I've been, and I hope to be able to do at least 1 video a week, maybe 2. And I miss you all very much. I don't even watch videos. I watch maybe 1 or 2 a week, but it's just, it's upsetting because everybody's doing Christmas and I want to be doing lots of things and I can't. So I want to make a topper for this, and so this part, what did I decide? Hold on, let me get my signature and I'll remember. So I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do this for the topper because the one is going to get glued onto the other. And I think I was going to do this, and my signature is going to go in here. Yeah, so this is, I printed it at 8.5 by 10, and then I just cut off the edges. And that way it made it smaller than this. So let me fold that and make sure it's not going to be too big. No, that's fine. Okay, so that is going to be where my signatures go, right? Oh gosh, I don't think so. Yes. And then this part, I'm going to have to shorten this, but I'm going to make like a tri-fold with it. So I'm going to come over to about here. And I'm going to have to shorten it. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to fold. I should get my ruler. And then I'm going to fold this part over this way. This is cardstock, so you don't have to use cardstock. I just wanted to. So now this is going to get glued on top of here. This is not going to get glued on top. I'll show you in a minute. So I just want to make sure everything is okay. This might have to go short. No, that's fine. I might cut this down. I think I will. I'll cut this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of that. So just let me get my cutter. So that's 8.5. That's 8.5 by 11. This is 8 by 10. And I'm just going to cut a little bit off, maybe 1/8 of an inch. I'll go a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. Isn't this paper so pretty? Oh my goodness. Okay, and then this paper is just some tea stain paper and some antique paper. This is just, I made, a long time ago, I made some stickers, and I'll do that on video. I only had a couple of pieces left. Tea stained, and then I put this in the middle. So that's going to be in the middle of the signature, and this is from Blessings. Not Little Blessings, but Blessings. I'll leave everything in the description box below. So that's going to go here. Right? Yes. And now I have to cut this down a little bit because it's too tall. So I have to cut it down about, I'm going to go 1/2 an inch. Half? Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. So before I glue this on, I'm going to tie in my signature real quick. And I have my string threaded, so it should be okay. Except I don't have my awl, but I think I have a needle that will go through. So I need a clip because I'm not real good at this. I am, but I'm not. My hands shake awful. And they're shaking more now than ever. So that's where I've been, and I'm sorry I haven't visited with you. Oh, that doesn't go all the way down. Maybe I'll get a long paper clip. There. And I'm not going to glue this all the way up. I'm just going to glue this so it can be a pocket. Excuse me. And I still have very bad cough. Oh dear. All right. Let me just get and see if this will go through. It should. Although I have rag paper in there, so it might not. And that's cardstock. I might have to use a different needle to push it through. I don't have my awl over here. I'll use my doll needle. I'm going to have to stay within that envelope. Okay. That doesn't want to go through. This too. Oh my goodness. It's because I've got rag paper in there, and this right here is cardstock. There. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all enjoying your week before Thanksgiving and you don't have too much to do. I have missed you all terribly. I miss watching videos, and I know there's a lot of people out, you know, like what do they call them, like groups of people that are doing like countdowns and, you know, for the month, and but it's just as well that I don't watch them because it makes me sad and anxious because Christmas is coming and I have so many things to make for Christmas this year, and I hope to be better by Christmas. But so far, not so good. I was very glad when I went to the cardiologist and they did, you know, the EKG and they did some blood work, and they said that it was just inflammation around the outer heart muscle and in my left side of my chest. That was my main concern. The fatigue is very hard, very, very hard, but you know, as long as there's nothing wrong with your heart, you're okay. You feel better. There. Okay. So now we can glue. Here's our little signature. And I like having signatures, especially for ring-bound journals, because then, you know, it gives more writing space, although there is a ton of writing space in here because I did use primarily the Neutrals kit, and I think I used every page in the Neutrals kit for it. So now this does not get glued down. This does get glued down. And then I'll show you how we're going to tie it. I just want to get my bone folder. And fold this. And I think before I glue it down, I'm going to put what I'm going to use for the topper on top of this. So you've got this, then you've got this, then you're going to have another piece. And that piece is going to hold this onto this after you put the rings in, or tie your journal together, or whatever, however you're going to make your journal. Okay, so this will go like this, and now I'm going to make a topper for this to keep it closed, if that makes sense. And these are from Parisian, and I wish I brought out, I didn't, but I have this on my wall in my living room. It's from the Museum of Fine Arts. A friend of mine years ago purchased it for me as a gift, and it's the exact same. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It's it's an oil painting. It's very small. It's maybe a little bit bigger than this. I should have taken it off the wall. I'll show it to you in one of my next videos. But I love this. I've used it in other journals. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be my topper for here, but I'm not going to use it as a tag. So I'm going to cut that part off. And I need a back. You also need a back for it, because when you open it, you want to see something nice. So this is from the Parisian kit. These tags. So I'm just going to cut it off. I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be too small. I'll cut this off. And then I think I'll cut a little bit off of this end, just so that it's not too tall. That's good. All right, now I'll just take this. This is another tag from the Parisian. I'm going to just cut this top off and see where we're going with it. And I think I'll just cut it off the top. My trash. And now you need something to tie it with. And I was going to use something pink, but I decided to put something else on this tag, on this as well. So I'm going to go with a more neutral. This is like a champagne color. And it's just seam binding. And if you want it crinkled, all you have to do after you dye it, or if it comes dyed, is just wet it. And now I have it taped and I can't get it untaped. Jeez. Is just wet it, scrunch it up, put it in the microwave, and it will dry in a second. Now what I want to do is make sure that my back is longer than my front, because it's going to go around my, it's going to go around the whole thing. So I want to make sure I have enough, because this is what's going to hold this onto this. This isn't going to get glued to here. It's going to get held on by that. I just want to have enough. So now what you want to do is take this, even it out, and we're going to glue that in between these two pieces. Okay. Just going to move it up kind of so it's in the middle. And then I'm going to put it here to make sure it's in the middle. I hope I'm making sense. Oh, where's my ink? I was going to ink this. It's okay. It will get inked somehow. Okay, so now I'm going to just take this off, leave that there. Make sure this isn't upside down. Nope. Brush this over just a little bit. Well, it really doesn't matter because I'm not gluing it down yet. This is going to get glued to here, but I'm just making sure that this is in the middle of it, or approximate anyway. So we'll glue this down. Now this is going to be shorter on this side, obviously, because this has to wrap around the journal. Then I'm going to take this piece, put it on top of here, and let's see, what am I going to do here? Maybe what I'll do is I didn't take out any glue. I mean ink, but I have my gold pen, so I'm going to go around it with my gold pen, just because I can. Well, that looks nice. I'm glad I did that. Just have to be careful because this takes a minute to dry. So if you're going to use, this is a acrylic gold pen, so it's paint. So you have to be careful that you don't touch this when you're, until it dries, which it doesn't take long, but this is such a beautiful tag. I could use it in every journal. Well, I could use most of it, most for digitals in every journal. There. And sorry about that. There. Now it's got that, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a nice gold edge. I'm going to do it to this side too. Well, actually, I really don't have to because you're not going to see it. All you're going to see is this part, so I'll do that. And I'll do down here a little bit, and the top. I love gold. Gold anything. I blame Pam from Glam Junk Journals for this. She got me started on it. There. Okay, so now this is going to get glued to here. Yes, yes. So make sure if you have something directional, it's going the right way. And get this, unless you're going to stitch it, which you could. I just thought of that. If you're going to stitch it, it's fine, but if you're not going to stitch it, which I'm not because I didn't think of it until just now. Does that happen to you? You'll be in the middle of doing something and my hands are so shaky. You're in the middle of doing something and it's like, oh wait, I want to stitch that. Oh wait, I want to put that on. Oh my goodness, I change my mind so often. I do that with dinner too. It's like, oh wait, I think we'll have carrots. Although I haven't been cooking much. John's been doing it all. So now that goes like that. You can round your corners too. Didn't think of that either. Pretty. Very, very pretty. Now you're not going to see that, so that's why I didn't. So now you want to glue this to here because this is going to act as your opener. So I will just see how much I need to glue. Oh, I'm really glad I picked that tag. I love it. Yep. And I'm going to pull it over just a bit so that it's not directly against that. You know, I don't want it right up against that edge. So I'm just going to glue it along this line. I hope that was enough. Oops. It goes like this. Yes, it was. This goes like this. And that's your topper. Now I am also going to put a pocket inside here. You can use lace or anything you want. I'll show you what I'm going to use. Where are we? Oh dear. Time goes by so fast when I am videoing. Well, when I'm doing much of anything. Okay, so now this opens up like so. And you've got this on the other side. And now you can glue this onto here. So, unfortunately, you're not going to see a lot of this. So if you pick something, you're not going to see a lot of it, but you'll see enough. I was actually going to have that on the inside, but I'm glad I had this on the inside. I think this goes better with this. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to not hold it up in the air because I'll get it everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, I went completely quiet, but I'm trying to concentrate. Here we go. I actually want to keep that closed because I want to make sure I get that where I want it. So I have a little bit where you can see over here and a lot more over there. And then this opens up like, oh, you could have it open up any way you want. You could have put it on this side, this part, but I like it better on that side. And then I have, just before I came on camera, I thought of something I could use for my pocket. I have some ephemera I've already made. Did I already? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. I thought, and I forget what kit this is from, but I'll let you know in the description box. I think it is, I don't remember. I'm not going to say. So what I need to do is, let's see. Delight yourself in the Lord. Every word of God is pure. He is shield unto them. Put their trust in him. I think I'll do this one. And I'm not going to cut right up against it because I don't cut straight. I hope this is going to fit. That will definitely fit. But wait a minute, will that fit? I want to be able to, yes, I want to be able to get some of those cards in, and that's from Starlight. Oh dear. I was hoping not to use too many different kits. So that will be a pocket inside here, and I'll probably be able to get a pocket over there as well. Oh, what are these cards called? I don't remember. But I will put it in the description box below. Everything I used today for the topper, I'll put in the description box below. If you saw something that you might have seen when I showed you my signature, you know, what my journal itself, just let me know. Or I'll be putting everything in the description box when I get to show it. I have other things to do on it, so I thought I'd probably do a couple of more videos before I... Will that fit? Oh my goodness, yes. That looks great. And I could even... I have... This is one of her photos, but I don't know if that'll fit. Oh my goodness, that would fit. But I already have tags I think I'm going to put in there, which are these. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to put the pockets on. That looks good. Or should I do this? No, I think this looks good. And the roses are here. So I am not going to put these down yet because my hands are really shaky. But those will go there, and then I'll choose some of these. I have, I think, 2 different sets. Or wait a minute, maybe not. Oh no, I have these 2. These are from Blessing, the Blessings kit, and I love them. I love them all. So maybe I'll do some tags over here and some cards here, like one card here and a tag or something. I don't know, but I love these. This is Blessings, and this is Starlight. I don't know what these are. So now you have your topper, which once these get their rings on them, this will go on top of here. I think that looks really nice. I love that contrast. That will go on top of there. This will come around here. Oh wait, I have one more thing. One more. Stay with me. And then this will tie on top. And then she can take it off and leave it off, or she can leave it on, or whatever. You know, it's like another little journal. So that will go like that. And I sewed a button on a little, like almost like a snowflake piece of lace. And I wanted to bring in the pink in her dress. So I thought I'd put that there, which I can do right now. And I'm putting it way down on this corner so I'm not taking up too much of that. And I already sewed the button on the lace, so I'm just going to glue it down. Almost forgot about this. And it took me a long time to find the right color pink for the button. And I'm just using Fabri-Tac. So I'm going to put this right here. So it kind of hangs over a little bit. Push it up just a little bit more. And I put the button on really tight to kind of ruffle this little piece of lace up a little bit because it was real flat. That might take a second to dry. I'm kind of glad I did go with the champagne colored because, you know, there is a lot of pink. Okay, I'll just leave that sit for a minute. And that's it. That's your topper. And my pockets and some tags. So blessing. I don't know. I'll look it up. And starlight. Parisian, little blessing, and blessing. So I will put everything in the description box below and lead you right to it. I'll tag you. You know, just click on it and it will take you to that kit, those kits. This is blessing tags, blessing backgrounds, little blessing backgrounds. Parisian. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Gold paint. All right, everybody, that's it. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed you visiting. Thank you so, so much. And I hope you will be patient with me. I hope to be back again. I feel better in the later afternoons or in the evenings. So as long as I can get set up and I know what I'm doing, then it doesn't take me too long. Well, this took me over 40 minutes, but I'm sorry about that. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, what is today? Is today Friday? I don't even know. Yes, it is the weekend. So have a good weekend. And until next time, be well, be safe, be kind to yourself and others, and God bless. Love you all. Bye.